play here. Welcome to our October 11th meeting. Thank you all for attending. And I'm going to let Senator go for it. I'm sure she's got exciting news, and then we'll go on to the rest of our business.
Oh, all kinds of exciting news. I don't know about that. First of all, I just want to thank you for always inviting me. I really appreciate all the different functions that you have. It's very, very nice that you always remember me. So thank you very much. And I know you have a picnic coming up. Is that right?
Yep, Saturday.
This Saturday.
Saturday, 1 to 4 in the green zone.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do my best to get over there.
Yep.
The same place.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, I've been busy, and I think I may have told you this the last time that we were together dealing with the unemployment situation we have. Maybe we might be towards the end of the massive amount of unemployment that Maryland went through, as well as every other state. But we still have cases that we're trying to rectify. And again, I can't rectify them. The Department of Labor has to. So we continually have meetings with them and just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, fighting for everybody as much as we can. There were some people that it's been like 4 months since they have received the check. At certain times, it was 6 months. You know, so it's been a rough time when it comes to the unemployment. So, and this year, well, as in the past few years, I am the oversight committee for workers' comp and unemployment. So it's been keeping me very busy with the one of the issues in Annapolis that we'll be looking at is with the workers' comp. One of our senators is very much into the 911 workers. She's been working with them and really updating the system and really working hard. And she would like to try to get them better workers' comp coverage. So we'll be working on that. I'm trying to think of some of the other things that we're headed into. Redistricting is this year and the beginning of January. Congressional redistricting will be the maps will come out. I believe the governor has some maps already. If anybody would like to look into that.
Can you send me a link to those, Kathy?
I don't have them, but I can send them. I'll get Evan to them and send them to you. And the president of the Senate, now that he has been traveling all over the state, talking to different groups. So, and I'm not quite sure if he's had the one meeting where people can put their thoughts in as far as redistricting for the legislature. So that's. We'll be having a special session in December to talk about that. So.
Lee, did you have a question?
No.
Oh. Just checking.
So, and right now it's just, we pre-filing some bills, but there's nothing like that stands right out at me right now that I'm doing it. They're kind of quiet bills. And I always say that because in Annapolis, the bills that you all hear about are the big ones that people talk about and bring to your attention. But we have all kinds of different things. Say, for instance, 1 year, well, 2 years in a row, we worked on the elevator operators of things they could do, they couldn't do, and who was watching them. I mean, and it's like, this is weird because, I mean, it takes up a amount of time, and people just don't realize we have those petty kind of, not petty, but small kind of issues that we have to resolve. So it's very interesting. And this year, I don't know. I just have been throwing this out to folks. The speeding has really gotten out of hand, and every community group I go to, my neighbors have down on Joppa Road had 2 nights in a row on one weekend. A man, two different accidents on the same evening. I mean, one on a Friday night, one on a Saturday night, came through their yards, knocked down their trees, knocked down their posts, their light posts, and demolished 3 or 4 cars on the way. And so this woman called me up, very, very upset, of course. And there's not a whole lot I can actually do, but just so you all know, if anything ever happens in that vein of problems, let me know. And because I called the Parkville police at that point, and they went over and spoke to them individually, all the different, there was like 3 or 4 neighbors involved, and spoke to all them. And then they got one of those big things that says you are going X amount of miles per hour and that sort of thing. So, but I guess the question I've been asking, someone said that brought up to my attention about the speed cameras. And I said, they're only legal at the schools right now, but I think they really do, the schools and construction sites on the Beltway, that kind of thing. So I don't know if that would help on a road like Bel Air Road, big thoroughfares, but Bel Air Road, they speed like 40, 50, 60 miles an hour. Joppa Road, the same way. They just go so fast. And so I guess the question is, what's anybody think about the speed cameras if we would pass something?
Bring them on. Bring them on.
No,
I'm like anything that would help, because I know Hellendale, we put speed bumps on here, and the folks are still
Oh, they
flying.
fly. Yeah.
What do you
Well-
think about that, Dave? What's your thought process?
I just feel like there's too much in the way of speed cameras already, so I don't like them.
Okay, so. Anybody else got any thought? Now, why don't you like them?
I just feel like there's so many different things that the government gets into that I think they have to be there in certain places, but so many of them just gets a little ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, do you have any thoughts on what we can do about the traffic going very fast? I mean, just like abnormally fast. I think since the COVID, they have become worse than ever.
I think it's because they stopped caring about his people as much, but that's another.
Right, that's right.
Well, I don't think speed cameras is the answer. I think police is the answer.
Oh.
But of course, with the way people are with police nowadays, they don't want to see police, which I think is ridiculous.
Well, I agree with you 100% right there. I think the police are getting a bad rap, so. It's very, very sad. So, do you ever have any of the police come to your meetings?
We invite them every time. They come probably twice a year, maybe once a year, but they're invited every
And
time.
who is yours, Towson
Ours is, what's the part of?
or
Officer
Parkville?
Tillman is normally who it is, and
It is the Towson precinct, though.
Towson, okay. Well, they should come and try to give you a report more than twice a year.
Mhm.
So maybe say something.
okay.
Not maybe, I will ask if they can come and just like I'm giving you a report over here, it would take them 15 or 20 minutes and that would be the end of it, so. But anyway, that's one thing that, it's gonna be a big debate. And when we first passed the speed camera for the schools and for construction sites, it was a huge debate. So I'm sure it will continually be a huge debate, but that's why I'm just throwing it out. I'd like just to hear what people have to say about
Even
it.
in our community, there's debate. It's impressive.
Yeah.
The invasiveness of the cameras, I don't find them to be too invasive because it's like you have a flat rate, whatever, it's $40. If you're speeding, you're speeding. If you're not, you're not. And then the cops can be otherwise doing like more serious, working on serious crime.
Yeah.
That also is a challenge within the community. Oh, Senator, something that I did notice recently, I was at Taylor Avenue and Perring Parkway, and let's just say a crew of about 5 or 6 unlicensed, probably from the city, off-road motorcycles were racing up Perring Parkway. And I know, the city has problems with them, how to manage that. It happens so fast, you call 911, like it's over and done with
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
So I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what the good path is for that.
Well, that, I'm glad you said something, because if I don't see it, I don't know about it. And it's,
Understood.
I talked to the police chief, I can mention that to her, that.
Okay. So I can hear, from our house, we're on Hillendale, and we can hear the motorcycles in the distance, but I happened to be out the other night at Taylor and Perring Parkway, and there they came.
Yeah.
And so I'm
Wow.
like, oh boy.
Yep,
Well,
I know that happens in the city quite a bit also.
Yeah,
I've
but
seen
I
them
hear,
when
but
we
you
do
know
car
what,
walks on Fridays, and I'll see them there. I'm like, oh,
I
that's
would
a lot
like
of-
to nip it in the bud before,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
if
Yes.
there's something we can do. So there
Yes,
should be
ma'am.
a
Thank you.
plan. And, today I know was Christopher Columbus's day, and they have this indigenous, I don't even know if I'm
Yes.
saying it right.
That's correct.
I don't know where it came from. All of a sudden it was on my calendar. So I don't know where. I didn't ever vote for it because I never heard it. So the General Assembly didn't have anything to do with it. So not that I recall, anyway, they were saying that and it's all about the Indians, I guess. But I heard on the radio, this man talking about the Indians, and he was just saying they don't plan for next year or the year after that. They plan like 5 generations ahead. I mean, that's
wow.
the thing, far ahead. And that way, that's how they've always been. And I thought, well, that was kind of an interesting thing. So, but anyway, I always liked Christopher Columbus. So I thought he was all right, but I don't know what
It all
happened.
depends on who you talk to.
I guess so. So anyway, it's all what they said. There's 25 states, I think, that have this special day today. So, but I like how they kept the indigenous, and they kept Christopher Columbus too. So
Just took up more slots on my calendar. That's all I know.
what's that?
So it just took up more space on my calendar. I was like, oh,
Yeah, well, yeah, up on the top of my phone. So, but other than that, everything's kind of quiet. I'm sure we'll be doing some healthcare things. And I say things because there's always all kinds of different healthcare that comes through. We're always trying to look at how we can get rates down on healthcare insurance, prescription drugs. And a couple of years ago, we passed a bill to put a board in place that they take a look at if there's a certain criteria, and they start looking at the drugs and trying to figure out if that drug is the right price or whatever. So we'll see how they'll be giving us reports on them. And in a couple weeks, is it next in 2 weeks, there's a big push to legalize marijuana besides just medical. So they're having a briefing on that. And that may be something that everybody gets to vote on.
thoughts on that, community?
What's that? So
Not in our house.
Any thoughts on that, community?
Not in our house.
No,
I think
Huh?
medical marijuana is fine, but just legalizing it outright, no.
No, I think.
well, the problem that with the legalization of medical from what I just gathered, talking to people that have gone to get it, it's very, it's costly to the person getting it. But it's so, and it's not that hard to get. So that's,
Yeah.
you just need to know what to tell the doctor, and there's certain doctors that do it. And so that makes me like, just, discussing with different people. So we'll see how that all goes. So, but we're doing some things on energy bills, and actually I have to talk to someone tomorrow morning from the energy company. So, but I don't know what they're going to say. So anybody have any questions?
Thank you for your time.
Well, hey, you're very, very welcome. And like I said, it's like we're right in the beginning. Now we go into session the second Wednesday of January. And then we're there till the second Monday of April. So it's the 90 days.
Is it going to be actually in the building this year, or what's it going to
Yes, and I don't know whether we are going to have hearings by Zoom, of which I hope not. I hope we're back to normal, because I think it's very difficult to really talk to people and really, feel like you're connecting and not connecting. All that, it's a small group here tonight's fine, but when, it just doesn't work. So
Right.
anyway, so
I guess we're doing line item voting, one thing at a time.
what's that?
I had a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead,
But I think I say every year, if you all want to come down one day or every Monday evening, we're in session, and you can come down and just see what's up, see what we're doing. So. Okie dokie.
Can I bring a homeschool group?
Yeah, you sure can.
Okay, cool. I'll be emailing you about that.
Okay, yeah. I would suggest, if you want to do that, the beginning of February. Just pick a day but you have to let me know so I can set it up.
Okay, I will call you. I'm very excited.
Okay. All right, well, everybody.
Wait, I think Valerie had something.
Oh, Valerie?
Hi, yeah. Can you hear?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Hi, my name is Valerie Passian. Nice to speak with you. Thank you for your time. I was wondering, and this might have been said, I took a minute to log on in the beginning, but are there any climate change or environmental related bills that are in discussion?
Oh, absolutely. There is, every year we have a very strong environmental groups in Annapolis. Which ones I do not know, but we have passed in the past couple of years, passed a lot of different things. And actually in the past 2 months, they finally are starting to get, this is exciting. Down where Sparrows Point, which you might not even know where Sparrows Point is. I don't know. It's okay. Now, no laughing. I see you laughing, but you know how it just kind of got swept away, and it no longer is making the steel the way that it used to. But because of offshore wind, they're putting the windmills to make electricity out off of and because of that, and Massachusetts is doing the same thing, all up and down the eastern seaboard, they're doing the same thing. But there's a group, and now I can't think of the name of it, but they are doing the windmills. They're doing the windmills, but also the manufacturing is all going to take place down there. So it's going to open that whole area up again with heavy duty manufacturing of these wind turbines. So it's very,
Yeah.
And I know what, where Bear Creek is, there's an area down there that the federal government's going to be doing a super fun site for a cleanup down.
that's it's going to be really good down there. So
Yes, absolutely.
and I would imagine the manufacturing today is not quite as toxic as it used to be when it was.
Right, that's right. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I just remember growing up, the man across the street had the orange car, which was really black, but it was orange by the time he would get home.
Right.
And you knew where somebody worked then. So, but
Oh.
thank goodness they all did. And so I appreciate everything everybody did back then, but now it's just a little bit different. And, but that's exciting. So that there'll be, the turbines are going to be out there. Environmentally, as you said, Valerie, they are going to start cutting down on the use of the coal fire plants, and that's going to be all. We're going to be talking a lot about the coal. There's 2 coal fire plants left, I think, in Maryland, and they're privately owned. So last year we were going to. They had given us a date that they were going to stop service. They were just going to close them down, but that all kind of fell through. So that'll be a bill coming up, I'm sure. So
Okay.
anytime you have any questions like that, Valerie, you guys have my information.
Yep.
Yeah. So
It's
just,
always in the notes. I put the
yeah, put
email
all
and the
my
phone number
my-
down there.
Yes, yes. And please never hesitate to contact me.
Mhm. So we got unemployment, working on that, redistricting, speeding, racing motorcycles, healthcare items, prescription drugs, session break starting 2nd week of January. And then turbine manufacturing, wind turbines offshore. Is that about right?
Yep, yep. That's part of it. And like, no elevators that I know of this year. So, but if I come up with the elevators, I'll let you know. And we always have our ups and downs with elevators. How many times you think we said that joke?
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Thank you, Senator.
Well, I thank you. Everybody have a safe Thanksgiving and a safe and happy Christmas too.
Hopefully we'll see you at the picnic, and if not, there's
Oh
always.
yeah, I'll see you. I'll drop over for a little while.
Yep, and we got some jingle and mingle coming up in December, so you'll see an email about
Okay.
that too.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yes, have a great
Okay.
day.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night. Thanks for your input, everybody.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, good. Always a lot of information. I love it. I love information. Okay, so we have got our treasurer. Anything you would like to report on, Alexis?
Hi, good evening. So, as I believe I stated 2 months ago, I'm still kind of stalemated with the West Banco. I have called them and talked to them and told them to change the phone numbers, but when I check, it's still these last digits of a number that we don't recognize. So I need to go to the bank and, long story short, just get that updated. So I don't know, I'm sure we're at like 1,100 now, because I have a few checks and I know Joe got a few checks. So we're probably like at 1,000-ish, 100, I would say. But by next meeting, I should hopefully have that all situated and hopefully have a debit card as well, so that we can use that at the ATM machine. So
I've heard of these ATM machines. I've heard of them.
So that's all I have for my end. People are using the PayPal. I do see that pop up every now and then on my notifications. So I'll have to pop in and see somebody on my street just did it 8008. I was like, oh, hey. So that was pretty cool to see a little neighbor pop up.
Yeah,
That was me.
that was Deborah. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, your neighbor who did that is on the phone right now, Alexis. So
Oh, is it? Oh, hey.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, neighbor. I'm 8004 at the top of the
Oh,
hill.
wow, yes.
yeah, you guys have Mr. Doug between you two, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You have the
Oh.
Oreo dog? Or did
Oh, my gosh, yes, Oreo. My
Aw,
grandson's
she's
dog.
so- Gotcha. She's so cute. But yeah, but that's all I
thank
have
you.
that's all I have.
Okay, cool. I want to say thank you as always to all the block captains distributing newsletters everywhere. We have a new addition, David Vest joined to take over Clearwood. That was exciting. As the Middletons had moved on to greener or different pastures. I don't know if it's greener, but they moved on to a different community, and that's okay. I guess things happen, things change sometimes, people cry, whatever it takes. And then, oh, Valerie, you got a question? Go ahead. Let's go back to the.
Yes, sorry, I have so many questions. Okay.
Okay.
About the treasury, is there like kind of a way to share how the money gets used, or like what the membership dues go towards, so that people can kind of get a sense for like how the association distributes that?
Alexis?
I mean, all I know, because I've only done it for like a year and a half, is that I know we have to pay dues in July. Other than that, I think we just accumulated because
No.
most people we do for
No.
free or try to. No, okay, see, I know there, yeah, I was gonna say there's things I know we use it for.
The money gets used. Yes, you pay your dues. The money gets used towards the picnic on Saturday and other expenses.
Mhm.
You have to keep at least you had to keep the checking account moving, because if you didn't, the bank would charge you a fee.
Yes, it's true.
So when the community association was dormant for a while, I literally was doing that. I would go over, deposit money in, then I'd write a check to get money out just to keep the account moving. Got to be a pain in my butt, but it's the only way I knew how to keep the account, because the treasury was dumped on me. It was basically said, we're not going to be using this anymore because we're not going to be we're not having meetings anymore, and you need to keep it moving. And I'm like, oh, really? So, but the money is used to pay for the meat, for the picnic on Saturday, and the drinks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And for me, I tried to reduce expenses as often as I possibly can. So we actually got some donations for that to reduce costs. So I was excited about that. My church decided to donate hot dogs, and I was going to go into that next, but I guess we're going to go there now. They donated hot dog buns and hot dogs and like a bunch of inflatable and cornhole, face paint balloons, stuff like that. They gave me a whole van full of stuff. And then I just try to keep expenses low because I don't like spending money very much. It's like it's my least favorite activity, actually. But yeah, so that's what we spent money on. And then the major expenses in the last few years was basically getting our tax status reinstated, which was a not fun expense for a 5-minute form, which was not filled out. So yeah, I never want to have that happen again. So we've got at least two people trained on that. So that will not be occurring again. And yeah, so we'll go towards that. And other things that have come up in the community, we're always open for suggestions. I know we've talked about some different gift cards for officers and stuff like that. But if you have ideas, let me know.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Hi. Talking to Mike. Hi, Mike. Mike, Matt. No, which one is it?
Mike or Michael is
It is
fine.
Michael. Okay, I was like, I'm thinking I'm saying the right name. Okay, so yeah, what's next up in this thing? Yeah, so thank you for all the volunteers that are coming out for the excitement of picnic on Saturday. If your last name begins A through M, am I right, Valerie?
Yeah.
Then it's a side, and if it's N through Z, then it's going to be a dessert. So,
No, it's A through K is sides, L through Z is dessert.
Oh, close. Well, just bring both of you in the middle. It's
See, we have the paper here.
Aha. Papers. I've heard of that. Well, there you go. Corrected for the YouTubers. Okay, that's good. Ms. Mary, did you want to bring anything up about that I forgot? You got to become off of mute, though.
Yes, I can do that. So, did you talk about you did mention volunteers. So did you mention that we need more grills and people
We
to
have 2
use them?
grills right now, mine and Matt's. I talked to him earlier about that. But
Okay.
if anyone else has a grill and wants to bring it down, we're available. Anything else we need?
I am not available, but if you want to take my grill off my front porch and bring it back, you're more than welcome. But yeah, I will be unavailable. I have to attend a
What
funeral.
kind of grill is it?
A propane silver one.
Good. If it was charcoal, I would have said that's a big mess, and that will not be good. That will not
Yeah,
be good.
no, it's a propane. I don't use it, so. But if you need it for the day, you can borrow it.
Okay,
Thank you.
cool. That way, if I break mine on the way, then I'll just go over and get yours. So it sounds good. All right. We've had some excitement with dogs in the last few weeks. Mike, did you want to talk to that?
I had a large pit bull of some sort, mixed potentially, roaming around for a little while. It turns out he was very nice and very well behaved, but he was roaming the streets, and we couldn't get him back in the house because no one was home, it seemed like, and some of the neighbors weren't home. We didn't know what to do with him, and he also knew how to escape from the backyard. So
Yep.
we got him. And yeah, so if you see him, he's a large, stocky, gray pit bull who sometimes gets out. He's super friendly, even though he looks pretty scary.
Is he brown?
He's more of a, maybe he has a little brindle going on.
But his caller doesn't have any contact information, which was a big thing because there was no number to call.
Did you
Right.
have you seen the owners over there yet at all?
No, not yet.
Does he have a chip?
I don't know.
They wouldn't know.
He wouldn't get in a vehicle, and I had no idea what to do with him. I was dropping off newsletters, and then this giant dog was outside of my door when I opened it up, and I went, "Oh, this is a day. This is going to be a day."
Over here from the.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Mike helped me get that back in their house, which was good. Or I guess the dog's house. I don't know if they live there or not. I guess we'll find out.
What street did you guys see that dog on?
I was on Hillendale.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was right across the street from you guys, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
I think anyone.
It wasn't ours.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
See if I can pull up a photo of that for the future. Yeah, so that was a surprise. That was a surprise. And fortunately, the dog was friendly because I was very nervous in the dark, having a giant dog there for sure. All right, so that's there. So thank you, Mike, for helping me figure out what to do with that dog. And I talked to a lot of neighbors that night, so maybe we'll have some extra people at the picnic. So that was exciting.
Hey, we had a raccoon, Valerie, we had a raccoon on the porch last night. We need to bring Zeke up.
Yeah, bring
Oh
him
my
over.
gosh.
I think he'd have something to say about it, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
He has a lot to say about everything. That's the other news, the dog news, is we've had 2 people come now to see if he's okay because he cries in the house when I'm not here.
Yes.
I guess they think that something's happening to him, but he's just,
Aw.
He's a sweet, he's a nice dog. He's a nice dog.
thank you. I'm glad.
I saw him attack Valerie earlier, so I got nervous. All of a sudden, going up in the air, and I was like, "Oh no!" Oh, she's back. She's back. She's back. Cool. Is there anything else? If you guys would like to come out to help with setup, it's gonna be from 12 o'clock on Saturday. If you guys have any decorations you want to add to the joy of the picnic, let me know. Mike also volunteered to do pictures, correct?
Yeah.
Is that so
Yes,
true or no?
I have some like bales of hay and things, so I'm gonna set up like a little spot to test fall themes photos for people.
Cool.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Cool.
Joseph, do you know if there are any other politicians coming?
Delegate Jackson said he was probably going to attend that. So we'll see what happens with that. And
No,
I invited
Kathy's
And
on
Kathy.
vacation. Is Kathy
Kathy
coming?
Bevins, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know. She said she'd try to attend if she can, but we'll see what happens with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I just keep sending it out. I just go back to the website and say, who represents us? I'm going to invite all of you. Oh,
There you go. That's
Hey,
great. That's all right.
why not, right? That's what you're.
Absolutely.
Did you check with the governor?
Everyone who says they represent me, I try to send it out. I don't get a lot of response from him. No, it's odd. I don't know why. Keep trying. Just keep trying. You never know who's going to come through. Yeah. So, does anyone have anything else from the community today that they'd like to bring up? Deborah? Hmm?
Hi, no,
I just want to make sure your voice is heard. If there's anything else you want to bring up during this time. All right. Well, I think that's all I have for the day. I'm looking forward to seeing you all Saturday if you're available. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and maybe we'll play some cornhole. Who knows? It'll be
I
exciting.
had a Oh my gosh, I have
I knew
another
she had a
question.
question. I had a feeling. I had a
No.
feeling.
I couldn't just let you close. Is it okay if we invite families that are like technically in the local Raven Village area to come? I don't know how exclusive our party is, but
It's
It is
supposed to
for-
be.
I know that there's like the membership,
Right.
membership thing. So I didn't know if they wanted to come, what would they need to do, or if they're just not allowed to come.
In past
25
years,
people?
in past years, they let people come. The problem I saw as the treasurer at the time was your $12 dues pays for you and your family.
Mhm.
You start inviting every other person in the family. Yeah, everybody in the community doesn't show up. But on the other hand, I mean, I can invite our kids, my grandchildren. I won't do that.
How about our great guy?
Yeah, I mean, I just won't do that. It just, I feel it's our community association. If you want your family to come, then maybe we should have, some kind of a fee. That's my.
If we could have sort of like a donation thing set up, where they wanted to come, they could come, like if they donate a certain amount.
A $12 fee is probably, does that sound reasonable to you, Valerie? You know, if we're paying 12, I mean, you know, if it's another family, I don't be militant about it, but just trying to be fair on a big picture.
Right.
Yeah.
But is the question, can people outside the community join the community association? Because that's really what you're saying.
No,
That's
No,
probably right.
just attend.
I mean, that's ultimately.
Well, so basically, when you pay the $12, you can have, in our charter, it says anyone can be part of our association.
Mhm.
So if they pay the $12, they might as well be on the
They
list.
can be part of the
If they
association.
want to know where our events are and stuff, they can join us in
Mhm.
that way. But that's, I guess that would be the thought process I have. Yes?
Okay.
No? Okay. So, yep, that's all I got for now. Any other questions, Valerie?
No, I think that's
I'm just joking. I'm glad you brought it, because those are good questions.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you all soon.
All right.
I'm looking forward to grilling something. If anyone is better at grilling, please help me. Tag me out, even if it's 20 minutes, fine. If you're better, I'm okay with it. So, all right. I look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday. Have a wonderful night.
You too.
Good night.
Night.
Bye.
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 Ready?